Good afternoon. This is my presentation for assignment week 4 for EDU Fundamentals of Curriculum PK through 12. The school that I chose to do a slideshow on is Wheeler Elementary, and it's a part of Millard Public Schools in Omaha, Nebraska. This school opened in the year 2000, and it currently has a population of 598 students. It serves kids in grades kindergarten through 5th, and it has a pretty small teacher to student ratio. The average is 12 to 1, and at Wheeler, the student to teacher ratio is 12 to 1. As far as the demographics go, the minority enrollment is 12% of the student body, and 10% of the students qualify for free or reduced lunch. The mission statement of Wheeler Elementary is to be dedicated to lifelong learning for all. They will guarantee that each student develops character traits and masters knowledge and skills necessary for personal excellence and responsible citizenship by providing a world-class educational community with diverse programs and effective practices designed to engage and challenge all learners through a committed partnership of all stakeholders. The curriculum that they follow is through Millard Public Schools, and I went ahead and made a link to that. So that will take us over to the Millard Public Schools site where they list some elementary education resources. And when you go onto their website, you're able to pull up the elementary curriculum. And then it just has a nice description of the different subject areas and the curriculum that they follow. So you can see for reading, they follow the McGraw-Hill Reading Wonders program. And what that does is it's a science research-based reading program, and it includes phonemic awareness, phonics, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. The writing curriculum that they use is the writing workshop model, and they focus on grammar, mechanics, and spelling, while they use the writing process to let their kids express their own ideas. And then they do introduce cursive writing in 3rd grade. The math curriculum that they use is Math Expressions. It's also a research-based program, and it's designed to focus on core concepts within each grade level to develop a more in-depth understanding of critical math ideas with number, algebra, geometry, and data. Their science curriculum, also listed here, is more of a hands-on science-based curriculum that they use. They do a lot of investigations, and they use resources from the full option science system. Their social studies curriculum is Social Studies Alive, and it also has a lot of hands-on activities that the students do and applications to real life situations. The health curriculum that they're currently using is from Stanford Harmony, and it focuses on physical, social, and emotion well-being. Their arts, which I know is done at Wheeler by the classroom teachers, but also has a curriculum and a pacing guide. And this is just a mix between visual arts and other disciplines. And the music includes singing, movement, basic theory, playing rhythmic, melodic instruments, and they follow the curriculum from the game plan instructional material. Physical education focuses on skills, knowledge, active lifestyles, and fitness. And then also the counseling curriculum. So each of these curriculums, the teachers are provided a pacing guide to follow along throughout the year so that the students are all, getting the same curriculum along the same time. And another nice thing about this website that I linked to it is that it does have the state standards, these Nebraska College and Readiness Career Standards, and that's what they base their curriculum off of. And when they do their pacing guide, this is what they reference, is the Nebraska state standards. So if you would click on one for reading, it would take you right over to the standards that they follow with their curriculum and that they require students to master before moving on to the next standard. So this just gives a nice overview of the reading standards. Then we go back and it's also linked to the math one, writing, science, and social studies. Going back to our slideshow, I did a couple examples of the college and career readiness standards, and a reading one here, just a basic reading one that students will develop and apply appropriate speaking and listening skills and strategies to communicate for a variety of purposes. And then math, students will communicate number concepts using multiple representations to reason, solve problems, and make connections within mathematics and across disciplines. I know what Wheeler focuses on is they want to make sure that there's enough individualized learning so that it can meet the diverse needs of all learners, while the goal is for all learners to be able to understand, know, and master the state standards. When students don't respond, there's several committees put in place and plans. So this next slide, we'll get to our committees. The first committee is the student improvement team, and that's more speaking about the general education part of it. What can they do to increase student scores? Is there any reteaching that needs to be involved? Do they need to add an intervention and enrichment time? So what that student improvement team does is it figures out what's missing and what needs to be developed in order to help keep kids successful. The next committee is the MTSS team, which is the multi-tiered support systems team. And that's just the old version of the RTI. They just kept that same committee. And so what it does is they meet once a week and they look at students who are falling behind or are not responding to the general education curriculum, whether it be through academics or behavior or social. And what this team does is it looks at all the options, discusses needs of the students with the teachers, and then puts a support plan in place using data to see if the students can respond with a more individualized learning plan. The curriculum committee, that's more of a district committee where certain staff members are selected to join the district curriculum committee, where they will go and meet with other teachers throughout the district and just focus on a curriculum that they've been selected to sit on. So like reading, writing, math, science, social studies. And what they'll do is they'll continue to make sure that the curriculum is still aligning with the state standards. And they also have the opportunity to pilot new curriculum that the district might be interested in having the students partake in. The last committee is the technology committee. Something that the technology committee does is it wants to ensure that all students have the opportunity to learn in the most recent and up-to-date ways. And a lot of that is incorporating technology. And how can we do that? And what does that curriculum look like? This next slide is my conceptual framework visual. What I did is I just put Wheeler Elementary in the middle because I thought that this was something that everybody should know encompasses all of Wheeler Elementary. It's just some strong beliefs here. Students will meet or exceed district standards. Students will demonstrate character and positive behaviors necessary for personal excellence. Each individual has worth and all people can learn. Of course, our curriculum is aligned with the state standards. We need to maximize our personalized learning to meet diverse academic needs. Students will demonstrate this mastery of knowledge through summative assessments. A lot of this is the fact that we're able to attract, develop, and retain the highest quality staff. We continue to do this through staff development, through learning, and a lot of our teachers continue their education after they begin their first year of teaching. And last but not least is a committed partnership with stakeholders. We feel at Wheeler that communication is key, and having that open communication with parents and community members really just helps make everybody responsible for that student and their learning. Here is my reference page. I wasn't able to do the hanging indent on a slide. And that is all I have. So thank you so much, and please let me know if you have questions.